Hello everyone, my name is Acapella. Today I'm bringing you guys another VOD review. Today we're looking at DOS Wanderer. It's a 2.5k SR Scrim actually. This is the first time we've done a Scrim VOD review. Usually it's just been comp or quick play. But we're going to be looking at a Scrim VOD review. We're going to be looking at Ana. And yeah, I think we will just get right into it. We don't really, I think I have everything in order, so we can go ahead and get things started. I was talking about it before I started the, where I would start the videos. I started talking about the comps here. Ana is actually pretty good with this comp. With this team comp, like you're gonna kind of be playing all over the place. And Ana's good to be able to help out with that. Being able to heal long range and such. I'm gonna hide chat as well. Okay. Okay, so the Doom did the rollout. Try and go for the sleep. It's fine though. Making sure our Mercy stays up with the res. Okay. Okay, so you're at 2k. Oh, okay. So I'll lower this a little then. I'll change the what I have over here. So we'll just do 2.1k SR. SR. Okay. I gotcha. No worries though. So we will keep going here. Okay. So nade usage is already looking a little odd to me. You go for an anti onto the enemy tanks, but even if the soldier didn't block it, that wouldn't have hit them. So something you need to practice, I mentioned this before, you need to practice being able to flick up with your nades. Oops, I don't want to. Yeah, so like doing a small little flick to be able to hit nades more consistently. Finish the game now is a very short one. If you want to keep playing or not, it's up to you. Just like I said, Hydra, it's up to you. Barely 10 minutes. No one managed to cap a point. It's up to you if you want to send it or not. Go sleep on the Mercy. Okay. Okay, so I kind of just ignored the soldier there. So it looks like to me, yeah, it looks like to me like you're really slow. So I know you're in chat. So what's your sense and DPI? Do you know what your sense and DPI are? So sense would just be like in game. So we'll go on here. Sense would be this, and then DPI is the directional, or not directional, but the input on your mouse. Sense is 2.8 and DPI is 1k. Okay. So it looks like really slow to me, but that just may be because I play on 1005, whereas you're on 2.82 and DPI is 1k. Now I'm not saying you should necessarily increase your sense. Because I don't know what your mouse pad is like, but it looks like you're struggling to look around a lot. But if it's not an issue, then just try and look around a little bit more. You're kind of tunnel visioning on one place at a time. So looking here at a soldier, just pushing cart right now. You have a good amount of space. I brought it down when I got into Jess, but maybe higher might be a good idea. Yeah, I would recommend just messing around a little bit. Obviously, like a lot of pro players play on really low sense, like Jonak and I believe it was Rijahang, I believe also plays on really low sense. So there's obviously nothing wrong with it, but if it's starting to give a detriment to your actual ability to play, then it may be an issue. Because like you're able to hit shots consistently, which is good, but you're also struggling with the awareness department because you're not looking around as much. Okay, so nice anti experiment. Yeah. Once again, I'm not saying you have to. If you still feel that lower sense is just better for you, then stick with it. But just try and mess around with some stuff. But right now we're just kind of moving along with cart. Didn't necessarily need the nano there. Hog, when you guys... Okay, so he does have ult, never mind. I was gonna say he didn't have ult, but he's a little too far back to get value out of Nano. So you know, don't be afraid to let especially if you're gonna nano a tank, let them walk a little before you nano them, right? Like if you say Hog, I'm gonna nano you here, just let him walk up a little bit. So like right here, say Hog, I'm gonna nano you, right? Because he's healing himself, right? So here we'll see. I really wish I could go back, sorry. So yeah, so he's healing himself, so he doesn't have to worry about his HP, right? So say Hog, I'm gonna nano you, but then let him walk forward a little bit before you nano him. Because as it is right now, this nano is going to be over by the time he gets anywhere where he can do any damage, right? Because he has a shotgun, right? So he's here, and now he's getting value out of the nano, and guess what? It's going to end in the next, like, second, right? Let's see, and it's gone, right? So he got, like, 2 shots off. You think he just panicked? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just, you know, kind of letting you know, just be more patient with it, right? Obviously, Hog, very high survivability character, especially when he has his take a breather. But that's another awareness thing, right? Make sure we're keeping track of our friendly abilities. It's like, okay, our Hog just used heal, so I don't have to nano him here. No. Okay. Not too bad so far. I'm liking the unscoped shots. I'm liking that you're not jumping. That's really good so far. Like you know, it's been one of the things that I've harped on the most in my past VOD reviews is you know, players just hard scoping down, you know, never unscoping and then jumping all the time. But you have a good expose. No, I wasn't trying to call anyone out. I'm just it's what happens consistently the most. Okay. So we hide from the bomb. Keep your... Yeah, lucky. You missed 1 shot, so your Hog died. That's unlucky. Okay. So I'm gonna... So positioning for me here looks just like a little lazy, and I'm not calling you a lazy player, right? I'm not saying that you're lazy, but like it looks to me that you're not really thinking about your positioning, and you're just kind of wherever your team is, right? So when you know a team is going to look to recontest this, right? Why, as an Ana, would you be standing on point, right? We'll go back a tiny bit. This is the bomb. Okay, that's not where I wanted to go. So like here, right? So we're pushing payload, but like we have tanks that can push payload, right? So why not just stay back here where you can still get the value, without being in a dangerous position, right? Because as it stands, you're just standing on cart, which doesn't really do anything for you, right? It gives you a tiny bit of cover, but guess what? They're going to come right out of these doors, and they're going to be on top of you. You've had Team C9 a lot in ladder, and it makes me worried not to be on point, for sure. But once again, you're in scrims, right? Don't worry about it. Just you guys are communicating. Don't be afraid. Just tell your tank or tell your Hog, right? Say Hog push point, or oh sorry, you have Mercy Fire, so they wouldn't be pushing. But specifically, it should be either your Hog or your Ball pushing point. Yeah, and you being on point puts you so out of position here. It's a point where you're in a like really weird spot for the bomb. Whereas if you were just playing back, you wouldn't have to be even further up. And now you find yourself standing in front of a window. Right? Now what happens if this Reinhardt fire strikes right now? Right? It insta-kills you because it does 200 damage. It's something I need to do more generally. Trust the team more. Yeah, for sure. That's something, especially with scrims, is just learning to trust your team. I have players who struggle with that all the way up to Grandmaster teams. Masters as well. Like I'm a head coach of a Masters team currently, and we've been playing a lot of Mercy Zen comps, right? And our Zen is like they're like afraid to run it, right? Because the diva player's so afraid that we won't be able to get by with enough healing like that. But like it comes down to one of those things where you have to trust your team, and if you do, you'll be able to succeed. Same thing here. Give up the point. Tell your tanks to push, trust that they'll push it, so you can be in a good position and you aren't potentially killed right here, right? And obviously don't walk back up after you get to the good position. But let's just say this is a better team, right? This isn't a 2.5k scrim. If this window is here in a higher elo, this BAP will 2-tap you. Right? This BAP will be good. Like diamond and above, this BAP is good enough where he's just gonna two burst you. So obviously you don't get punished here, so it doesn't, you know, necessarily register for you that you made a mistake. But look, your soldier got fire striked through the window and was instantly killed. So, biggest thing I can recommend is constantly be thinking about your positioning, and especially in scrims, be able to trust your team a little bit more. So, okay. It's like we're just trying to clutch out the point here. Nice dodge on the shadow. Sleep is a little bit off, it's unfortunate. Yeah, that was just a end of the push fight. So we'll skip here. Okay. Alright, so your fire goes down early. Kind of unlucky, soldier finds you. And we're pushing up with our team. Okay. Nice. Anti into the diva. Keep going. Okay, we're looking to walk up here. Waiting for your team to walk through. This is fine. Your hog got antied. You did look away from him for some reason, but your hog got antied, so you wouldn't have been able to save him anyway. Your team just kind of got picked. Unfortunately, with the ball hog comp, it's really hard to push into chokes like that. If you are going to play this comp, you guys need to push over the bridge, for sure. Pushing anywhere else against a Rein D.Va is just kind of suicide. But we'll see how we go. We weren't quite ready to push at that point. That's why you looked away for a second. Okay, that makes sense. I hadn't realized how hard was going. Yeah, I totally get that sometimes. Sometimes teams aren't on the same page. Your fire gets caught out again, unfortunately. I don't know if your mercy just isn't on or something. Okay. Okay, so we're looking for a nano visor. Nice. Then we push up because he doesn't need heals anymore. Nice. Anti onto the soldier. Get out of the way of the dragon. Pocket your Pharah. Pharah's ulting. Mercy healing isn't always enough, right? She's a stationary target, right? Your Pharah barrages here. Hanzo could easily kill her with storm arrows, right? Even through mercy heals. So just, you know, your hog's out of the fight or whatever. You're not really healing anyone else. Just pocket her. But obviously it doesn't matter. Your team still pushes anyway. Someone's touching. Yeah, it's Mercy. They dragon or they bomb again for some reason. Okay. So I think I kind of understand what the issue is with the low sense and what I mean by it's playing so slow. I'm just trying to kind of make the comparison to when I play. So okay, so where are we at right now? So we're at 549. Okay. I'm gonna leave this for a second, and I know I do this a lot, but we're gonna go to a practice range, and I'll kind of show you something. So right now, what you're doing is you have a low sense, right? Which is fine, right? So okay, so this is my normal sense, which is 1,000 with 5, so it's, you know, it's a lot higher than yours, but I can put it down to 600, right? So this is about what sense you're playing on. Yeah, 549. Thanks, Lexi. Yeah, so this is about the sensor that you're playing on, right? Which is, you know, which is fine. This is totally fine. You're still able to, you know, hit sleep darts, but it allows you to have higher pinpoint accuracy. But the issue is what's happening with you is you're not moving faster between the spots that you're looking. You're kind of going at a consistent pace, like when you're looking around, right? So the game, like when I'm watching the game, it looks sluggish, right? Because you're kind of no matter where you're looking, you're keeping a consistent movement speed, right? But remember, faster you move your mouse, the faster you move, right? So this is the same sense, right? But I'm swiping faster, right? So one thing that's going to help with awareness, because that seems to me the biggest thing that you're struggling with, is you're spending so much time turning and looking around that you're not able to recognize what is happening fast enough, right? So, for example, your hog was taking damage off to your right, and you were looking over here. So like let's pretend this training bot is the hog, and you're like looking over here, right? So you're looking over here, and your hog suddenly starts taking damage. You hear that, but you go like this to look over at him, right? So by the time you turn around and look at him, he's dead, right? Is moving the mouse quicker like the combo of the mouse and movement? Yes. So honestly, you can probably keep your sensitivity the same, but let's say you're looking over here and your hog's taking damage, swipe, right? Just a fast little swipe and then reset your mouse to its original position, right? You know, if you know how that works, basically just, you know, picking up your mouse and resetting it. It's like swipe and then immediately reset it, so that way you can be ready for where the enemy team is at, right? So just getting better at moving your hand faster, moving your mouse a little bit faster, will allow you to have a little bit more awareness of what's happening. Yeah, because to me, it just kind of looks like you're taking so long to look all over the place that the fight is kind of happening too quick for you to recognize, right? Like your Pharah ulted and you didn't even know it until it was over, right? Whereas if you're constantly looking around, like, okay, there's someone over there, okay, my team's over here, okay, my hog's looking to push in, I need to heal him, okay, wait, I need to turn back over here, right? Like you still have this low sensitivity, so you're still, you know, able to hit shots, but like getting faster and moving your mouse between them is going to be the big thing for you, right? Because there's nothing here, right? So I don't need to waste time keeping a consistent pace between targets, right? Where instead you can just snap like this. It's like, what's the point in, you know, wasting all this time on empty space when we can just kind of look around to the next target faster and faster and faster, right? You know, and that's something that you'll need to practice for sure, because you know you're very comfortable with doing this, you know, very, you know, static, stationary hand movement, which allows you to have good accuracy. Your accuracy is very good, actually. You know, you're only missing a few shots here and there, but what's happening is you're not able to respond to things fast enough because you're taking so much time between targets. All right. So yeah, what I'd recommend is going into an aim arena. That's what didn't you say you were EU? I think you might have mentioned that. I'm not sure or not. That would make sense with the time zones. So I don't know if it's the same on here at all. If you're using a different language or something like that. But if you can use an aim arena, specifically in Workshop Chamber, right? It's very hectic and very annoying to look at. Sorry, it's going to be loud here. We'll go on it here. But basically just getting better at kind of snapping between these, you know, these different targets, right? So it's like, okay, I'm shooting at this Hanzo, shooting at this Hanzo. Okay, I need to shoot at this Doomfist, sleep him, turn around on this Kree, anti him, right? Just spend time in here practicing and snapping between targets, right? Okay, shooting at the Genji. Okay, so there's someone behind me. Shooting at this Kree, right? And then just all over the place, right? So the faster you can get at this, the more effective you'll be in team fights. I'm not used to this sense at all. I'm missing a lot of shots because of it. Here, let me turn it back up. So this is my normal sense, right? So just getting faster. All right, going between these targets will help you get a ton more value, and help your awareness a ton, right? Right. I don't want to spend too much time in here, so we're gonna head up. So yeah. Like, if you're queued, go ahead and just type in at the top, aim arena. It doesn't really matter what you kind of use. You can even use a deathmatch, right? You can even use a regular, like, let's say we queue for DPS, right? Like, even just this deathmatch here can be good for you to practice on. So, like, whenever you're queuing, waiting for, you know, the queue to pop, just be in an aim arena, just practicing. I know it gets annoying, the sound is really loud, you know, turn it down if you have to. But just get used to that if possible. You tend to go on a paintball instead of deathmatch. On a paintball is also very good. That's that's also a really good place to practice it. But specifically think when what are you there to practice, right? Because you're not just practicing aim, right? You're practicing your awareness, you're practicing positioning, you're practicing strafing, not like all these different things, and specifically making sure that we're going faster between targets. Like if you watch someone like ML7, ML7 is literally just like a robot. It's literally like all over the place, like super fast. Like you can't even tell what's going on sometimes. But that's just because he spends so much time practicing and getting better and better at being able to snap between targets and understand what's happening at all times. So go back to the replay here. We're at 549. So I'll kind of show some more examples of that here. So this is where we're at. And not only like it will help with healing, but also with the enemy team, right? So like you can do this thing where you're like looking back and forth between yourself, like your team and the enemy team, so you know where they're at all times, right? So like let's say like they have a Doomfist, right? And you're just like constantly looking around like, okay, where's he going to come from? Where's he going to come from? While also healing your team at the same time. You know, having these fast movements just kind of all over, like not all over the place, but like having more calculated movements. So we're backing up here. Okay. Yeah, but like you can already tell the difference, right, between like the short bit that you saw me playing in the AIM arena versus what's happening in this game, right? Okay, into the D.Va. It'll also help with your sleep mechanics and your nade mechanics. You'll be able to make like these little micro flicks, you know, like up to hit a nade. It'll also help out with those, and it'll also help with like micro flicks on sleeps, so that hit them easier. Okay. So we'll keep going here though. We'll keep looking at some of the other stuff that happens here. Kill the D.Va. Yeah, once again, make sure we're healing our Pharah. Obviously, she died to a Junkrat, so you may not have kept up to it. Once again, early nano on the Hog. Okay, and it looks like we're gonna roll in here. Make sure we wait for DM to drop on D.Va before we go for the sleep. No reason to try to predict it. She can't do much damage to you when she's holding DM in your face. Okay, just keeping our Hog alive here. Hog is the #1 person we want to keep alive here. You have that Mercy, so she should be the one on the soldier. Nice anti. Still pocketing our Hog here. Look for the sleep on D.Va. Miss. That's okay. Back a little bit. I like this positioning you're in. Your positioning here is pretty good. But once again, it looks like you just kind of ended up here. It doesn't necessarily look like it was pre-meditated to go here. So look for the anti on the ball. D.Va, or Mercy blocks it. Sleep. So we have 20 seconds here. 20 seconds left here and the fight's lost. You can either look to back out or reset, but it looks like we're just trying to win this fight. Pocketing the Hog once again. You can literally ignore your soldier. If he dies, that's on your Mercy and him. Okay. Now you're okay. So we look for the nano. Yeah, nano to save him. Nice. Fortunately, D.Va kind of blocked all your shots. Fnatic trying to touch here. Yeah, we're just kind of desperate trying to win the fight here. Didn't really have to step up there just because you had the ball alive. You know, obviously he's spinning to win, so you don't really have to worry about touching point. Probably should have reset. Yeah, you had about 30 seconds to reset, so if you had backed out there, it might have been winnable and just waited for 6. Oh, we're gonna swap to more. Just a touch. That's the end of the round. So, overall, not too bad so far. with the scrim preset, it's hard to tell when people are starting. So, okay. I know touching time. Yeah. Okay, so we'll look at your comp real quick. We're on a more traditional comp, which is good. So we're in the Zen though, which is interesting. So Ryan Zarya with Hanzo and a soldier. Obviously playing for that Grav Dragon combo. Grav Dragon looking to anti that. Nano Soldier, Nano Ryan are going to be your two big nano targets here. Okay, I'm just kind of backing up. Make sure you ask your Zen for orb. Okay, he gives it to you. Okay. Loading. Yeah, like I said, I'm liking the mechanics on your no scopes. It's really good to see still. This is a good position to hold at as well. You asked in VC rather than press the button. That's good. Make sure when you say when you ask for healing, don't say heal me. Just ask like heal your honor or something like that. I don't know what you call, but saying the character usually helps out a lot. Even if you know names and voices, like it's still just better to say the character. Like, and that goes for everyone actually. Like heal your Widow. If you're a Genji player, heal your Genji, like that kind of stuff. So we keep going here. We do have the farmer, so we have to be careful of that. Okay, yeah, we're not even halfway to Grav, so a little bit in the Hanzo out there, but that's okay. We're not reviewing your Hanzo, we're reviewing your Ana. Probably just said heal me, you're the loud person in VC normally. I see. Well, that's still something you can get into practice of. It helps immensely in comp as well, especially in low elo comp. Like, because in a scrim environment, you have however many scrims to get used to each other's voices, and maybe you have the Discord overlay open so you can see who's talking. But like with comp, people are clueless, and if you say heal me, they're just gonna be like who. So in comp, just like getting in practice of heal your Ana can help you a ton. Because your Ryan is very aggressive. Okay, don't use nano, it's fine. Positioning is a little aggressive here, but that's because you're Ryan pinned, so I understand why you're there. Alright, and we'll reset again. Okay, so we know their Pharah's coming up on an ult here, so we want to be looking to save sleep for that. Otherwise, there's no real reason to be using sleep. Taking their time. Yeah. A little unfortunate. Yeah, once again, it looks like we were a little slow to react to what was happening. Like, Pharah spam's coming in. I think you looked for a flanker. Oh no, he just died to soldier. Never mind, I lied. Don't listen to me. He died instantly. That is not on you. So look for an anti. That's an anti. Ryan's taking a ton of damage. I would have nanoed him there. But we nano Zarya because it's still winnable. Okay, we use sleep when Pharah has barrage. A little questionable. Just trying to live from the D.Va and their soldier ults. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Their D.Va kind of puts you in a tough spot, positioning wise. You tried to nano Ryan but lost LOS. Yeah, I get that. Oh, reset here. Yeah, their soldier just got a big visor and the D.Va forced you out. The sleep usage maybe could have been a little bit better there. You kind of tossed it randomly at the Ryan. When they do have that Pharah ult, when they do have the Pharah ult and when they do have a D.Va who can dive you. Just be a little bit more mindful. Use it to save yourself when needed. Keeps going.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Okay. So the first top left. Look for the anti onto that. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah, unfortunate. Bad timing to reload. Just a little unfortunate. Don't be afraid to go for a sleep on a Pharah as well. You held sleep that entire time when she was in your team. You may not be confident in your mechanics to hit it, but who knows? You may just get lucky if you and hit it, as well as keep practicing that, so you can potentially get confident in hitting those sleeps. Okay, so we're looking to push out. It hadn't occurred to me to sleep the Pharah really at all. Really connect to ult sometimes. What I can do to counter it. Yeah, no, like Barrage, it's super easy to hit that Pharah with the sleep. So we'll look back here. Back up just a tiny. Has she ulted yet? Yes, she has. So like here, so she barrages. She is a sitting duck. Right there, right? All you have to do is just step up a tiny bit, and you can literally take your time and hit that. Like, obviously, like, she gets most of the damage off, but if you're able to sleep her, she's discorded. Your team can kill her. You still miss ulting Pharahs. It's something you can practice. I mentioned it in the last in yesterday's VOD reviews. I forgot to add that codes channel. But there's the practice range by PMA Jellies is really good for that. You can have a Pharah that spawns infinitely in the practice range, and you can set your sleep cooldown low so you can practice sleeping these Pharahs. Obviously it'll be little bit different in ult, but just treat it like any other character that's standing still, right? Just line it up if you have to, because she's already going to get most of the damage. Even if you sleep her, like if you start the sleep animation right when she starts ult, by the time it gets to her, the ult is going to be done. So do not be afraid to take your time to line up the shot. Like, you don't have to panic and just like, oh, where's she at, and then flick and miss, right? You have like 1.5 seconds or something like that, I think is the ult duration, to line up the sleep on her and hit her with it. But yeah, sleep is for sure one of those abilities that make Ana so powerful. Is she, like, with one button, she is able to shut down entire ultimates that take them 2+ minutes to charge sometimes. So keep going here. We'll skip ahead actually to the next fight where we can test.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Yeah, like for me, the only two targets I really care about sleeping on this team are D.Va if she dives me, Soldier if he flanks. I'll make it 3 targets. Pharah ulting, D.Va if she dives me, and Soldier if he flanks me. Right, those are like the three ones. D.Va, not many oftentimes she's going to sleep me or to chase me. Soldier, he could be going on a flank depending on the player, but like the Pharah is like the one consistent thing that you know is going to happen. So just prepare yourself for it. Be like, okay, she's going to be up high. I have to be ready to look up and aim at her. And once again, getting faster at snapping between targets will help with that as well. Okay. You gotta be careful about playing here. Pharah can see you easily. Your Hanzo jumps off the map. Nice little shatter. That's really unlucky. That landed right on top of your head. That's quite unfortunate. Yeah, Kart's a little weird with how it works with bombs. You could have like potentially ran to your Rhine so he could block it, but you're just in a really tough spot there. Maybe if you had gone back to the right, you could have been safe from that. We shall continue. Okay. Yeah, just pocketing our Rhine right now. Looking to nano Rhine or Zarya, those are going to be your best 2 targets. Yeah, go for the sleep. That is such a free sleep. Look at that. Yeah, like you didn't even have to move your cursor much. She lined it up for you. Right? You can literally just. She's getting DM'd, but the DM doesn't cover all of it. Right? Obviously, the soldier kills him because you nano it, but yeah, don't be afraid to go for those sleeps. Just staggering the Ana. Nice. Okay. Just waiting for him to come back again. We're chilling, we're chilling. Alright. So they're on Junkrat now, so we have to be careful with positioning. Wide strafes are going to be very helpful for you. You heal full health targets so much. Yeah, I used to do that all the time. I would just my accuracy used to be so terrible just because I would hold down left click. Like even when I didn't need it, and I found it like I was reloading so much. Yeah, thank you actually for pointing that out. Like that's actually a big thing is like you're reloading a lot more when you shouldn't really have to, just because you're shooting so much when your team's not taking damage, right? Remember, you have a Mercy. She can heal up a lot of that trash damage that you don't even, that may or may not come through. So, better coach than me. Okay. Fortunately, tried to heal the Mercy there when your Ryan was taking more damage. If your Mercy dies in res, that's really on her, unless she calls it. She keeps telling you about it. Well, good on her, actually. Because that's something I forget about. I kind of space myself out from. We'll go here, actually. So, one thing I say a lot, right, is you don't want to put yourself in a position where, like, if someone feeds, you lose value off of it, right? So, for example, right, your Mercy goes for a risky res in front of their whole team while your Ryan is taking damage. If she dies in this res, that is 100% on her, right? But if your Ryan dies right here, that is on you, right? Because obviously he's a little bit forward, he's a little bit out of position, but you could potentially save him with that, right? You have nade, you can keep your Ryan up here. But your Mercy, if she goes for a res like that and dies, that's really on her, and doesn't communicate, right? Because obviously, like, there's some risky reses that Mercy players go for, and they're like, heal me or pocket me. Like, if they go for that, sure, that's fine. But this res right here, I don't know if you know how Mercy mechanics work, but it's based more on width than height. So, like, you can drop off of this, like, ledge here and res this guy. Or the soldier. Like if you come down here and res it, which allows you to be a little bit more safe. So this is really out in the open and a dangerous res. So you don't really need to be pocketing her like this, right? You're gonna hate. Oh no. I'm not necessarily a Mercy player. My girlfriend is the Mercy player in our duo. So. She knows about all the tech and stuff like that, but yeah, your Ryan ends up dying partly because of him overextending, but also partly because you stop healing him. All right, so nice sleep onto the D.Va. Positioning really bad though. This is we'll share with the Mercy. Oh no. So, but yeah, playing right here is just not good, right? When I get forced around this corner, the second I get forced here, just jump up here. Right, I just immediately jump up here. There's no reason to stick around in this little corner. You're just asking to be smacked by a Ryan or one shot by a Junkrat. So you can like jump off of these this pile of wood and just jump up here, and then you can come back here and guess what? Now you have good positioning. Yeah. Once again, not thinking about your positioning, like I mentioned earlier. Okay. So yeah, plus you're not able to see what's happening, right? Like you're not able to see your soldier over there because you're in this weird spot. I forgot like what the battlefield looks like because I haven't played here in literally like years. It was the last time I played there. So Ryan pushing you, so you're running away. Run to the health pack if you can. You could have potentially survived if you jumped up to the health pack here. But that's okay. You did get... He chased you down. looks like this is going to be end of the replay for now. We'll see it. I'm going to assume he switched.
This is much better.
No, we're coming out on Ana. Okay. Okay, missed a couple shots. Okay, I didn't need to step up like that. Right, you look at where your team's at. Your team is coming back. You know you have tanks up. No need to step up like that. If you absolutely have to touch, yeah, we had enough on point. Yeah, if you absolutely have to touch, it's obviously it's a little weird because of the scrim lobby that you guys are using. It's not super consistent with the distances, but you know, making sure you wait until, if you have to touch, you have to wait until absolutely last second, right? Because otherwise you just die like this and there's really no point. So it looks like this is going to be the end of the replay. So yeah, they end up finishing with a minute more, it looks like. Or is it just going to end? Okay. Custom games like to end early in replay, viewers. Thank you, Blizzard. Thank you, Blizzard. I appreciate it. But anyway, so that's going to be it for the review. I'll kind of go back over some stuff that I talked about. So first things first, thinking about your positioning, right? Don't just get lazy. Don't get, you know, don't kind of zone in on shooting. Make sure you're thinking about where you're going to stand. You know, is it safe? Will I be able to heal my team here? Will I be able to survive if someone comes at me? You know, you have to be able to stay safe in your positioning, just by thinking, right? Just constantly like, okay, will I be okay? Right? They capped in the end. Okay, cool. That's what I figured, because their soldier killed like 3, I think. So yeah, positioning, number 1. Number 2, for sure, it's going to be getting faster with looking between targets, right? It'll help your awareness. It'll help your mechanics. Just in general, it'll help your play a ton, right? It's going to be a huge asset for you to be able to, you know, move from different targets. That it'll allow you to keep people alive more often, right? Like, okay, I gotta go, but like, remember that Rein and Mercy? You could have, like, you can, if you're really good at it, you can, okay, heal Rein, heal Mercy, heal Rein, heal Mercy, like go back and forth really fast, right? Those kind of things. So I think those are going to be the 2 main things. I didn't really see it. Oh yeah, and then the third thing is nanos. Just nanoing when you're nanoing tanks, you're doing a little early. Yeah, so just, you know, make sure we're waiting till the tanks are able to get value before we nano them. Obviously, if you want to save them, you want to save them, but you know, if we're looking to go aggressive with nanos, make sure we wait until they're able to get the value off of it. So there's going to be 3 things: positioning, you know, getting faster at looking between targets, and nanos. So thanks for the VOD, Wander. It was a pleasure VOD reviewing with you. I really enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, I will be around. You can DM me whenever. You can ask me on the server. You know, whatever you want to do. Like I said, you know, anything you have questions about, feel free to ask. Also, I love to hear status updates, right? Like how's it going? Like, you know, like a week from now, like if you're improving, that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, thanks again for the VOD, and I hope you have a good day. Yeah, thanks for coming.